Hello and welcome to Bible Study with Alice, and today we're on day 4, Proverb 4 of our daily Proverb reading. We're reading from the ESV translation, but you're more than welcome to join us from a different translation. As you can see, we are on Proverbs 4. These videos are filmed in real time. Today's date is the 4th of April 25, and it's a Friday. You can find the previous 3 videos in the playlist below. There is a disclaimer as usual, and that is one of these videos are edited and also I probably some more wording. Let's get started. A father's wise instruction. Hear, O son, a father's instruction, and be attentive that you may gain insight. For I give you good precepts. Do not forsake my teachings. When I was a son with my father, tender the only one in the sight of my mother, he taught me and said to me, let your heart hold fast my words, keep my commandments and live. Get wisdom, get insight. Do not forget, and do not turn away from the words of my mouth. Do not forsake her, and she will keep you. Love her, and she will guard you. 6, sorry. Do not forsake her, and she will keep you. Love her, and she will guard you. That makes more sense. 7. The beginning of wisdom is this. Get wisdom, and whatever you get insight. Prize her highly, and she'll exalt you. She'll honour you if you embrace her. She'll place on your head a graceful garland. She'll bestow on you a beautiful crown. Hear, my son, and accept words, that the years of your life may be many. I have taught you that the way of wisdom. I have led you in a path of uprightness. When you walk, your step will not be hampered, and if you run, you will not stumble. Keep hold of instruction and do not let go. Guard her, for she is your life. Do not enter the path of the wicked. Do not walk in the way of the evil. Avoid it. Do not go on it. Turn away from it and pass on, for they cannot sleep unless they have done wrong. They are robbed of sleep unless they have made someone stumble. Just gotta wait for my camera to go back into focus. That's better. 17. For they eat bread of the wickedness and drink wine of violence. But the path of the righteous is like the light of dawn, which shines brighter and brighter until full day. "19. The way of the wicked is like a darkness. They do not know over what they stumble. My son, be attentive to my words, incline your ear to my saying, let them not escape from your sight, keep them within your heart, for they are life to those who find them, and healing to all their flesh. Keep your heart with all vigilance, for from it flows the spring of life. Put away from your crooked speech, and put devious talk far from you. Let your eyes look directly forward, and gaze be straight before you. Ponder the path of your feet, then all your way will be sure. Do not swerve to the right or to the left. Turn your foot away from evil." So that is Proverb 4 complete, and tomorrow we'll be doing Proverb 5. So with Proverb 4, it was written during King Solomon's reign, and King Solomon's reign was during 970 and 931 BC. But we're not sure exactly, when I say we, that's historians and scholars, they're not sure exactly when during his reign. I mean, Proverbs 3, this one here, that was also written during King Solomon's reign. But also the same thing there. I'm not sure exactly when it was written. It emphasizes the pursuit of importance of wisdom, using readers to embrace godly instructions, guard their hearts, and walk in the path of the righteous while avoiding ways of wickedness. So basically, it's this particular proverb is mainly focusing on instruction. It's giving instruction to the reader. So naturally, the natural instruction for the reader, because bear in mind, if we quickly go back to the start. So the original reader, the original audience, were young Jewish men. So with Proverbs 4, it was obviously talking about she, and she being would be his wife, or or his mother, or his wife. So obviously, how to be around back obviously when this was written. First thing first, we talk about how it was when this was written. So when this was written, it was written so the young man would know how to, kind of giving them instructions on how to behave around a woman who then becomes his wife and then the mother of his children. And then obviously, he's been given this instruction on how to behave and how to do these things by obviously King Solomon, because obviously him being the author, he would have wrote this as an instruction for his people, his young men who are living in his time, his I want to say servants, but I don't like that word either, but his followers be the better term, because servants is really not a nice term to use for that, even though they probably did use that term. I'm not really a big fan of that term because it doesn't sound right. It just sounds a bit horrible. But I know back in that time period, back in history, they did use the term servants for followers, the king's people, the people who lived under his ruling. And so he obviously written these instructions on how a young man then should be around, how to be the perfect husband, the perfect father, basically. I didn't realise you needed a rule book on that, but we did back obviously, because that was what that is stating in 4. But with Proverbs 4, it is wisdom on instructions. It is good instructions. If you hear dog barkings in the background, that is my neighbour's dog across the way. They bark all day and all night. So if you hear dogs barking, it's not even my dog. My dog's actually lay on my bed quiet. But there is a dog across the way who likes to bark. So if you hear that, that's the reason being. But yeah, so it's given in wisdom, important wisdom on how to be the perfect person, the perfect father for the wife, and for who is then going to be it's given as instructions on how to be a good husband and a good father to your wife, and who's obviously going to be the mother of your children. But you can obviously go by I'm not saying that particular essence of it, but you can actually pick this up and read it and get wisdom from it, because God does give us wisdom and instructions on how to follow him It's just how we act on it is more the point of it all, is we need to act on it in a certain way, and if we don't act on it in a certain way, then obviously we're not going to live that righteous life. But back when this particular proverb was written, to live that righteous life, you need to be a good husband, a good father, or a good mother and a good wife, depending on how you see it as. Because obviously, you know, even though the original audience were men, young men, I mean, you know, anybody can read it and get guidance from it, regardless of who you are, where you are, and anything. It doesn't matter, because it's still giving us good insight and good wisdom. So that is Proverb 4 complete. So I will write in the day and the date. So it's day 4, and it's the 4th of the 4th, 2-5. And tomorrow we will be doing Proverb 5. Thank you for watching. Please like my content. I would really appreciate it if you could do that. Please turn on the notification bell so you then get notified of content like this. And also please subscribe to my channel. And I'd really appreciate it if you could do that as well. Thank you and goodbye.